All right, let's do this. So what's been happening? We quit corporate America, went into it full time, tried a few things, COVID hits, and I'm probably now having the biggest case of FOMO everybody has ever had. By the way, mommy, je t'aime beaucoup, chérie. Mom's my biggest supporter, but she doesn't always understand what I'm saying, so I'm just doing a little shout out for her. I'm watching TV and all over the place, someone seems to be doing something with their skills. And I started thinking to myself, I have none. And I'm like missing out big time. If you know anything about me, you know I love to help with no interest. Well, it doesn't hurt that I'm getting some clout too, right? If it does work out, if it go viral, then there you go. I like that too. But I'm like, what can I do? I see kids organizing like food drives and feeding people that have been affected by COVID. I see other people in big apartment complex playing the violin and playing like having an orchestra in New York. And I see other people just doing whatever they can really to help the first frontline workers. So I was like, what can I do? The only thing I know how to do is build software. I should probably pick a hobby or something. Well, that would have been funny. Like, okay, cool. So we're gonna use software to do something cool. And I came with a couple ideas. So watching Biden inauguration, there was a segment where they highlighted a few people that were doing extraordinary things to help frontline workers, to help them clap on, and they wanted to recognize the sort of help they were doing. I was like, this is pretty cool. But first of all, you had to be watching Biden's inauguration to sort of see this. We know at least 78 million people are not watching that. I'm sure there were people that were doing things regardless of their political affiliation. And some might have seen it because of what was being displayed. I was like, what if we created a platform that can immortalize this, right? A community-driven platform that becomes a place that people that went above and beyond the frontline workers, doesn't even need to start with COVID. It could be any big major event that happened, but people that sort of jump in to help first can get big recognition. And they can get nominated, people can vote on them, worldwide or in the community. And eventually they can get a prize, like an Oscar type of a prize. And this would have been like some sort of place to remember them by that would always be around, as opposed to having them on video that one time. That was idea number one. Idea number two. So during COVID, my nephew was living with me, and seeing this 8-year-old little boy sitting in front of a computer for 6 hours at a time was so annoying. And he's a little kid, so what are you gonna have him do? And we weren't ready for this. And being in class, the whole thing was sort of clunky. So I thought to myself, there should be a better way of doing this, right? We have a lot of VR headsets. It's one thing to just sit watching a computer and talking to your teacher. It would have been a totally different experience if you just put even an Oculus headset on these kids' heads, and they can actually be in class watching their friend having a different level of interaction. And eventually I realized, talking to a lot of people, I realized that the state of the hardware of VR headsets were not ready for hours-long immersive experience, right? The last thing that came through is Miami said to go underwater by 2050 if we don't do anything about climate change. And I couldn't possibly look at my child in the eye and tell him, this was said, I knew about this and there's nothing that I did. So I started working on a project that would reduce CO2 emissions around airport in South Florida and hopefully around the nation. Now the problem is, I'm sure you've seen it if you've ever been in South Florida, there's hundreds and hundreds of cars that are on the side of the curb on highways leading to airports. Not inside the airport, leading to the airport, just idling and emitting a whole bunch of emission. And that project I'm calling Darie. So we using predictive analysis to sort of solve some of this problem and to get these people out of the road, to make it so that they no longer have to wait. They can know exactly when whoever they're picking up is coming out, which is good. Now this we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about. It's called J'arrive, which literally means I'm arriving in French. It is the last of the projects and the one that we collectively decided that was the best one to focus on because of the different aspect of it. Did I make the right choice out of all 3 projects? If I had the time and the means, I probably would have done all 3. But I think given the situation, given the impact of Darie, it probably was the right choice to go forward.